Romeo and Chevy.
Hi, I'm Tom Blomain. Welcome to Graffiti.
I hated the way his toes looked. And it bothered me that it bothered me. If love is blind, then I didn't qualify. I didn't like how his thick yellowish nails always needed to be cut. But even more than that, it was how thin they seemed. So fragile. As if the weakness in his soul that made him cling so tight had manifest externally and metastasized to the very tips of his being. I grew up looking at the strong, thick feet that grounded my Hungarian foremothers, feet that helped them bear heavy loads without complaint. They preferred to be bare. One time, okay, maybe two, I stumbled in my high heels, landed on his foot. He made such a big deal. It was an accident, and he was wearing shoes. I hated his anger. I hated that the pain was too much for his thin, fragile toes. Freefall fantasy. Outside, I heard a crash. Thought it was you, stumbling home intoxicated, you walked into the garbage cans again. It has been too quiet tonight. I cataloged every noise in my mind. Once I grew so bored, I ceased to move, to change any muscle, just to see how long I could stand the stillness. You found me in the morning with eyes wide open, said the static on the TV wove itself into your dreams. I couldn't tell you what was wrong. There were no words to explain the side effects of waiting too long for something that never comes. I cried only one tear. You kissed my eyes softly, one at a time. I'll make you waffles. You smiled and took my hand. We made love on the kitchen floor while the coffee brewed. Poem in search of a last line. I've seen people in the Penn patio sunroom in the middle of the mall before. It's a model. That's what it's there for. They want you to check it out, maybe even buy your own. But never was one of those people a man with Elvis's hair, dressed head to dress shoe in black, eating dinner from a to-go container pulled from a ground round bag while adjusting the picture on a tiny color portable TV. I wanted to stop, see what he was watching, what he was eating, how he had come to make himself at home. But his head turned, like one does when it knows it's being watched. Contemplation Point. This is my light therapy room, a secret hideaway so ugly no one would think to find me. This is the room with nothing on the walls, just dirty key lime paint, muddy red-stained carpet, windows looking into darkness. And empty folding chairs under harsh fluorescent strips, like an institution. Like I've been so bad, they made me sit here and write in penance. I will not forget to wear black next time. I just thought it would be fun, but your rolling eyes reminded me to take life more seriously. Silly kitten Courtney Love was so 10 years ago. I suppose I should thank you, but I'll lose the cheap tiara instead. Toss the 70s disco pink jumpsuit and return Grandma's funky fur to vintage plastic protection. Roller skating through a field trip. Child by shrieking child, the chain grows. a rabid, twisting snake threatening to swallow all their giggles. I narrowly avoid being absorbed myself, despite collision-conscious acceleration, wind lifting my hair, my skirt. Their cries are piercing torture, yet I envy their freedom. I try to imagine my friends tugging and pulling in such a ridiculous procession, not unless the rink allowed a beer in one hand. Smiling at the vision, I skate, meditate, lost in the ease of action, wheels falling lightly, rapidly, automatically push me slickly around the corner until I almost stop, frozen in the headlights of the bulimic girl's glare. I kept my mouth shut, didn't even look up while I washed my hands, but she knew her sounds weren't subtle, knew she didn't look sick emerging from the stall. Guilty only of being in the wrong place at the right time, I skate on. She stands stiffly against the plexiglass, a wallflower, afraid of the crowd, her own worst enemy.
The right men on the radio. Loud, abrasive voices careening through the radio waves, soulless creatures preaching what is right, what is wrong, yelling, screaming, screeching what is weak and what is strong. Talk, 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 vicious loudmouth men telling lies over and over and over again. People, wear your earplugs. These waves are toxic. People, turn the dial. These waves are corrupt, unclean, and vile. Oh yes, watch your eyes, they are on TV too, these wicked little whiny people tenaciously peddle their bullshit dreams of wretched detachment. Don't be afraid, just turn them off. Little girls in Africa. Little girls in Africa cry little girl tears that must be swallowed up by the great big ocean because nobody hears them fall. Impress yourself. Like a shape, you are looking for a place, looking for a space that is not there. It feels like it's not anywhere. Squish into a square, mash into another mold that won't fit, that won't hold all of you. Growth distorted, spirit contorted, you are lost for a while. Tears run in private. To others you fake a grueling smile that hurts your face. You march on, you get tough, you recklessly abide by the rules that never applied to you. Then comes that moment, the moment you see through. Get yourself together becomes a laughable phrase. Your eyes go wild, no longer holding the dizzy days of the forgotten and misused, the unwanted and abused. Deep, deep, deep in your being, you begin feeling, you begin seeing. You must live it. You must break through. You must realize it and learn it. You are it. You don't earn it. In your gut, you begin to feel that time is near, and you finally know it will never be here until you do it, until you create it, until you make your own impression on this world and appreciate it. Debtor's prison. We need things that cost more than we make in a year. We want things that cost, and one thing is clear. It costs money to use money. Houses, cars, education, scars. We fall in debt too easily. It just doesn't seem right. They make you pay for your own credit report. Is there any end in sight? Money costs money. It even costs money to die. Money costs money. It is so hard to try, to save, not to spend, to keep, not to lose. We're all living in debtor's prison. Will we ever be free? We promise to pay it all back by the time we're 83. Reminder. Reminder, reminder. Live by example. That's hard enough. Stop the grandiosity. Stop the globalization of your feelings. Reminder, reminder. You do have a gift. You have the power to lift spirits, make smiles, little things. You don't have to walk miles and miles to help those in need. Help yourself. Help those who will bleed and bleed right in front of you. Help them. Get yourself in check. Reminder, reminder. Resist the temptation to redirect on a large scale. You're a small little fish who thinks she's a whale. Half done. Love, life, heartache, strife, unfinished, only to go so far, only to leave a scar deep enough to be seen by few, not to undo the worst, not to ease the cursed mind. Nothing on the surface could tell the whole story, could hide the glory of the day half done. Walk away. Chit chat, blabber on, yuck it up, shoot the shit, talk, yammer, gossip, never shut up, reveal too much, so hush now, it's okay. Be quiet now, it's okay. You'll be all right if they walk away without a piece of you.
Listening to the softness of breaking waves, watching leaves float with the river's current, we sit in comfortable silence. Eagles soar from tree to tree, reminding us of our frivolous existence. Dampness from our sitting stone penetrates the warmth of our clothes, covering us in shivers. Stubborn hearts, weary from defeat, felt what they wanted. Hardened souls of loneliness softened with each shared thought. On this day, a simple sigh of relief released itself through a gentle opening in our lips, for this was the first day of life as we dreamt. These old things, packed with years of grime and dirt, scarred and bruised, they have seen pain and sorrow, comfort and joy, new life and old. They have been strong and soft, stubborn and kind. They were my grandmother's and my mother's, and now they are mine. No, you cannot have them. They are part of my soul. They are my hands. Reality, with its purpose, intention, motivation, rolls around in the trunk with honesty, integrity, and nobility, fitting in at the country club, the yacht club, the polo club, searching for explanations to a broken heart, stock market blurs, and Earth's dementia, looking to blame someone else's responsibility for the malfunctioning hours of the day, ignoring the effortlessness of a glorious, breathtaking, weakening world. She drinks tea on Sundays after church, sometimes lemon, sometimes honey, always bourbon after confession. Cherry lipstick stains the rim of her rose cup. Very berry nail polish is chipped from finishing the morning wash. Gazing to nowhere, inhaling herbal steam, wishing to be not where she has to be, wishing to be not who she has been. Drops from angels' eyes ravage the face of the earth this night. Tears fall, not for spoiled dreams or life's failures, but plunge for the loss of unconditional love. Tears fall for the end of a union intended to last beyond the moments of eternity, a union shattered amongst the lost and forsaken souls of earth's temptations. Voices bellow thunder, raging lightning screams, sheets of salty drops fall for us all.
Not her usual treatise on the problems of urban decay. Though she sits on city redevelopment boards and has attended many urban planning seminars and gives speeches on the need to stop urban blight. An old house. The porch sinks to the earth, bugs digest its wood, pallid blue paint curls itself from the walls. She carries a secret love of things decaying, oxidizing, rotting, the fallen, the condemned, the lost. She used to want to mend it all. The faint sign spells dry goods, faded by ultraviolet light and the whip of rain and wind. You can hardly make it out now. Once people worked here. But now she believes that the chaos might be mandatory. The world is always surprising in its constant resurrection. An old car rusts. The elements are eating it, have reclaimed its shine, turned it skeletal again. Tall grass and daisies construct a tomb around its fenders. To be human is to wear a coat of garbage and gold. Forsythia, the lightning reach, and finally your spring arrives, Mother, with its earth song, its basket of green scents, its butterfly heartbeat. You step across the muddy land to gather the long, slender branches, yellow and daring in your fingertips. They whisper, "Go ahead, begin." It is a Sunday in summer. People garden or read in the park, eat Italian ice. You don't have to be anywhere but here in this lazy buzz of life. The breath dances in and out, the heart beats. There are many zinnias here, and phlox and marigolds. For you they gather. For you, the blue sky exists. Breaking up. Splash. She lets his rose fall into the toilet. How beautiful it looked. For a moment, in the clear bowl of water, like something from a book of flower arranging. For a tiny moment, she felt so close to its soft, blushing petals, its space of hope. But the flip of the handle, a swish and gurgle, suck his last attempt down to the pipes in the rust and sewage. The water bubbles up fresh, carrying nothing. How we fall in love with a photograph. Art is not what you see, but what you make others see. Edgar Degas. Liquid tongue, oriflamme fish, saffron angel wings, iconoclastic lungs, amethyst jewels on a sun goddess. We want our imaginations to call us home, to mystery, to transformation, to the landscape of the dream. The flower petals surrender to light and glass and paper. The image travels inside us. We return to the image. We surrender to the image. And finally, we tattoo the image upon our essence. We float on the delicate golden pools and paint our bodies with the scarlet land. We sew our clothes with the undulating lines. The artist watches from a small window inside his heart. Water hair. He is thinking of water and hair, how her hair cascaded and flumed on the pillow, how the waterfall let loose its strands in curl after curl of rivulets. The earth connects to us always in its silent metaphor. We give voice and rest in its shape, our own shape, multiplicitous, eternal.